Hello everyone, welcome back to this episode of Bitcoin Trade. This episode I'm going to do chart analysis here. If you see my previous one, I've been waiting for this for quite some time now. This is on a 1 hour on a Bitfinex, and although as of late, let me see here real quick. Not sure how accurate this is, but I guess we can just refresh it. Anyways, this is on a 1 hour on a Bitfinex, and let me see if it. Okay, that is the current price right there. And as you see, it's been going up since here anyway. From here, it's been going up, so it's gone up to $4. Not for this chart, it looks like a lot, but if you pull back, it's not a lot. But the reason I show that, and I'm going to pull back to a 12 hour, is if you can see that. There you go. If you can see that it's that's my line. My line is basically from that point to the very top of this small line, and the second line is from this point to somewhere around this point, and that's where I got the upper line. So anyways, and I keep having to draw these lines. Oh, that's 1 minute. That's not going to do it. Okay. So it's broken out, bounced down, and then it's going back up, and it's slightly breaking through. Now I'll try to go back and forth here and draw the lines here for you to show which lines I'm talking about. Oop. Anyways, I'll draw the line. I'll show you the points. So the highest right here. Okay. And to this point right here, that's the line that I'm going to do. There we go. Okay. And so, and let me zoom back in. I've been waiting for this for a while. So that's a line that's really breaking through, and I'm going to watch out for that line. I think there might be a breakout here. If it does break out, let's see how high it goes. On the 12 hour, you can see it. You can't even really see it. It's not even a big move yet, but that's the kind of, I guess that's where you want to position yourself, is you want to make sure that you can get in at the bottom of the price before it breaks up. At least I'm hoping anyway. It looks like the 10 period average on the 12 hour is moving closer or over into the 25 or 20 period average, which it means it's flipping. Its velocity of the momentum is moving up, if that makes sense. Anyways, so on the hourly, when I zoom in with that line, it kind of shows that it's hitting it, but let's see if it can break through, because that's what you really need it to do. And I've been waiting for quite some time, as from the last episode. So it's just been going through and through. And what makes this interesting is this is a Bitfinex 12-hour chart. When I go to a different chart like a Bitstamp, and this is kind of where I'm going to show this little piece here, if you don't mind here, is if you look here, you can see that the Bitstamp actually has quite a bit of trades here, more than Bitfinex. Bitfinex has dropped down in position, so I'm not sure what's happening here. Maybe the some of their glitches and their bugs, because they had almost half a day to two 12-hour spurts of time where they couldn't trade. Um, Maybe that's finally showing up in their volume. But anyways, they dropped down here to a second. So Bitstamp US dollar volume is now the highest. It's almost to Bitcoin China. So I'm not sure what's going on, but a lot of things are moving around. So I suspect that the problems they had was from, I think some of it was almost a whole day of not trading is affecting their volume right here, right now. So that's something I wanted to show. But anyways, as I go back to this, and I do the same chart, the same line. Okay, this is Bitstamp. Okay, put that right there, and you see, even if I use the same time period for that, it shows something else. It shows that it broke out here, and it's bouncing off, and then it's moving out. But I think, you see, as you go and you keep going, even now it still shows out as a breakout. So you see, no matter what I do, anytime before it, it's always higher until you get to the last candle, almost second to last candlestick. Then it looks like it's about to break out of this downward trend. But anytime before that, it always shows that it's already broken out. And so that's Bitstamp. Now, even BitC, when I go to BitC, and I'll go through all the exchanges on here, and I'll kind of show the same scenario. And this is kind of where some skill of comparing different exchange charts. So kind of like the same time period. And I'll move it around, and you're seeing that it's already broken out, and it's just going sideways. You see that? And just no matter what I do, just let me see if I pull it right here. See right here, it's actually showing a breaking out right now, moving up. Yeah, it shows it already until you get to the almost second last or something like that. So let's do this Chinese exchange and let's see if it does the same thing. This is a little distorted because of that large spike, but I'll just do it anyway. See, according to this, we should have. They already broke out, went down, but let me see here. Let's move it around. Yeah, see, they broke out there. Already broke out. Already broke out. Now this is interesting. I put it up to that spike, and now it shows it kind of hitting right up against it. So, okay. And then I'm going to do the last one with Bitfinex. Do the same thing. And then you get a different chart. You get a different line altogether that changes. Right there. Like that. Let me see here. Well, hopefully you saw that. I put the line right here. Let's do that over again if I can. See right there, right there. And now it's showing it's really up against that line, and this might be the real breakout, or breaking out, or hopefully moving up. So moving it around, see what it even says. So you know, it's yeah, see, as I play around with it. So if you're watching this chart, it seems like this was really giving you the real um, resistance, and you kind of see now it's hitting up now. And so, and all these other times they were kind of like false breakouts, but they really weren't breakouts, because according to this chart, it's showing that it never really touched it, just trying to work its way. Now it might be breaking out right here. So that's this chart analysis. When I looked at it, I've been waiting. It's almost been a week, and so I've been waiting and waiting. All that time I've been taking advantage of these small little moves up and down and up and down, because it seemed like it was just ranging, trying to hit to a point where it could either break out going up or start breaking down, and in almost like a violent way, like this move down here. So it looks like it's trying to move up. Let me see if I could zoom in. This is a 12-hour chart, so I could zoom in and see if I can really start seeing it. There we go. And so as I zoom in, it's not quite crossing over, but it almost looks like it is going to, and it's up against maybe this final I guess resistance line that's been going down, this downtrending line, and if it does that, maybe now we possibly got a chance of just going up and breaking out and slowly making an upward trend. Let me see if I can back out far enough. Let's see, do a 3-day. Week. So much time has gone by that you can almost get a decent weekly chart off of Bitfinex. So again, you see this triangle. I think there's gonna be a couple of these triangles. It seems like there's one right here, and then you could put another one on here. See how far. Just give you an idea how far you got to go. I don't know, what's that? 2000. That's just next year, summer next year or something. If you could just put an imaginary line here and see where it would come out. July. Anyways, I don't know if that means anything. I know there's a couple things that are going to happen in next 2016, affecting mining anyway. So, but it's like you're gonna get. Looks like you're getting a series of these triangles that you just break out and break out. It may come down at some point, but it'll probably be at this significant. I think this top right here. If you could just draw another line. Somewhere, what is that, around 400? That's just in my head. I'm just looking visually at it and see what kind of triangle I can make out of this. You know, something like this is what I'm trying to say. There's another triangle, another line here, and that would be somewhere around 400, and you know, that might be the top point where it'll range back down. How far, I don't know, but if it comes back, you can see just a little gradual trend line here going, and if it stays on that trend, because a long-term trend tends to go that way for a while, it helps, because then you know, like, a range of price where it could trend up, and you can have an idea where to buy at the bottom of an uptrending price. Trading on an uptrend and trading on a downtrend is a different strategy. So, anyways, let's see what happens. I'm really curious. See what happens in the next 2 to 3 days. because this is a 12-hour chart. So on an hourly, you know, as far as I'm seeing it right now, I would say another 5 hours to see whether this can stay above this trend and start making its way up higher on higher highs and higher lows on an hourly. So that's something to watch out for on an hourly basis if you're trading in that way. So, and let's just do another price comparison. Okay, price comparison right now. The Chinese exchanges, they're really pulling up higher, and I've noticed that Bitstamp and BitC were almost the same price. Now Bitstamp is actually moving up higher in price, and in some cases Bitfin was coming down. At one point I did see BitC actually be almost the same with all three of these, very close. Usually it's $2 lower. So we're seeing some price movements here on different exchanges here. This is a telling sign, especially when you see Chinese exchanges moving up higher, because I just noticed every time it starts spiking up or moving up higher, that the Chinese exchange tends to really pull forward or pull up higher in price before that happens. That's just what I've noticed. Doesn't mean it always does, but there's a tendency of that. So let's see what happens. I'm just kind of interested to see what's going on, because this could be the real deal now, because I've been waiting and it's been going down and spiking back up, and then so let's see what happens. If it breaks up, great. If it goes down, I would say, you know, it would be a good buy. So anyways, I'll see what happens. That's all I have right now. Of course, I'm kind of positioned long, because all the accumulated, you know, bitcoins you have from all these trades. So it'd be good to see the price go back up. And let's see, on a 12, on one day, on a 1 day, this is what we're looking at. And of course, you remember this going up and then this really breaking down. It was a really bad breakdown on Bitfinex, but if you just follow the trend here, it's going like this, and then look forward to at least being higher than this high or about this high before another test of whether it goes up higher or back down again. So long term, that's what I'm looking at. But it's got to break out of this to test this 300 area again, and we'll see what happens. So anyways, I'm going to conclude this episode. Feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, or even a video response. Until next time, stay tuned. Bye.